morning from Jackson Hole Town Square.
Today we're going to take you guys on a walking tour to show you all of our favorite stops and shops all around downtown Jackson.
Brought to you by people that live here. Town Square is literally a square block in the center of Jackson, and in the middle of Town Square is a park and the famous Antler Arches. So the plan for today's video is we are going to walk a lap around Town Square and show you some of our favorite spots and things that we would buy or have bought in the past and what prices goes with those things. And at the end of the video, we'll rank our top 5 must-see spots in Town Square.
If you're new to the channel, hi, we're Jay and Nina. We've been living here for 4 years now, so if you guys have any questions on anything Jackson, be sure to check out our channel and subscribe for more Jackson content.
We're gonna kick off our tour here in the center of Town Square with the famous Antler Arches right behind me. These are made up of over 2,000 elk antlers collected by the local Boy Scouts. You probably recognize them from photos and videos on social media. It is a very popular spot to take a photo here in town. Next up, we are going to walk across the street and start our tour in the northwest corner over at Cowboy Coffee.
Cowboy Coffee is one of the local coffee shops we have here. They're also the earliest coffee shop to open in town at 6 a.m. My favorite thing to get here is a large iced green tea matcha, which will run you about $5.85.
Right behind Cowboy Coffee is a little gaslight alley. They have a few fun shops in here. The first one is Diamond Cross Ranch. It's actually a ranch inside Grand Teton National Park, but I think they have some really cool merch if you're looking for a souvenir. Also back here is a store called Made. Most things in here are handmade or pretty crafty. So like I said, they have some really fun travel posters, postcards. It's definitely worth a stop if you're looking for some fun souvenirs.
And just across the street, you're gonna find Five and Dime. And this is our second favorite t-shirt souvenir store. They're known for having a lot of good discounts and deals going on.
So in general, Jackson Hole is very different with the seasons. Summer and winter are drastically different in terms of things to do, but Town Square itself doesn't change very much. So most of this tour is pretty applicable no matter what season you visit. I will say though, most of the town, including Town Square, shuts down for the shoulder seasons. So it's just worth knowing if you're planning on coming to Jackson Hole, pick the peak seasons instead of the shoulder seasons if you're wanting to walk around and experience shops and restaurants.
And that brings us to the famous $1 Million Cowboy Bar. This is a great spot for live dancing and music. They're famous for their saddle bar stools, and they also have free 2-step lessons every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. It's pretty crazy when you realize the $1 Million Cowboy Bar has been open since 1937. Pretty cool historical landmark.
We're now crossing over to the next side of the square, and it's about time for a coffee break. So we're gonna head over to Snake River Roasting, another one of the coffee shops in town. And on our way to the coffee shop, we're passing by 2 other notable spots. First, we have Teton Gravity Research, also known as TGR. They are a local extreme sports company. You might recognize them from some of their ski films. They do have a shop in town with merch, and they also have daily film showings at 7 p.m. that are free and awesome to go see. And then right behind me, we have Pinky G's Pizza. This is a local favorite, and it's also my grandma's favorite when she comes to visit. The next up is Snake River Roasting. We're gonna head in and go grab a drink. This is one of my favorite spots in town, especially because it's a great coffee shop for sitting and hanging out for a little while. They have some good seating, and they also have some good food options if you're wanting to eat lunch with your coffee. One thing I love about Snake River Roasting is their branding. Their coffee bags and all their merch is so fun and designed by a local artist. So always love to see that, and it's just so cute and so cool. I love a lot of drinks from here, but today I am after one thing, and that is their Huckleberry Lemonade. I hope they have it. Thank you so much. Huckleberry is definitely one of the local flavors, and you'll find it at ice cream shops, coffee shops, wherever, but the Huckleberry Lemonade is probably my favorite.
If you're coming to Town Square, you're also gonna notice that parking is pretty limited, especially around lunch and dinner time. If you can't find a spot on the square, there is a local parking garage as well as the home ranch lot, and all of the parking is free.
We're about to cross the street over towards Lee's Teas, and in my opinion, this is the only souvenir shop you need to go to in Town Square. It is the best, the biggest, and has a very good selection. In here, you'll find all the classic merch and hats that you expect from a souvenir store, and I think the designs in here are definitely the best.
But I absolutely love their retro hats here. This is what I would get. It runs you about $30.
A few things that are easy to miss in here is downstairs, there's actually a huge toy store called Teton Toys. There's also a gift shop called Lucky You, and then the very back of the store is Stio, which is a local outdoor brand. I regularly come down to Lucky You inside of Lee's Teas just to buy this Huckleberry Jam. This is always in our fridge. It runs about $13. Definitely recommend.
And right as you come out of Lee's Teas, you are gonna notice the stagecoach rides. The rides take about 10 minutes to go all the way around Town Square, and you can seat 4 to 6 people, and it costs about $6 to $10.
And as we walk along, this stretch has some of my favorite little boutique stores to shop at. One of them is Midnight Lunch. They have a lot of cute clothes, but they also have a custom trucker hat bar where you can actually make your own hat or bag. I made one just a couple months ago and it was so much fun. It's a great experience and also a great thing to take home. And then just past midnight lunch is Altitude. This is another cute boutique store if you're looking to do some actual shopping while you're here for like outfits and dresses and things like that.
And just next to these boutique shops is my favorite place on the entire square, which is High Country Outfitters. This is an awesome stop if you're here to get into the national parks and you forgot some layers for hiking or any outdoor gear like freeze-dried food, or if you're gonna go fishing. And now that we're halfway around the square, if you guys are enjoying this video or finding it valuable in any way, please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons as it helps us to keep making content just like this.
All right, we made a quick little detour off the square and continue down Broadway to take you to Persephone, which is a little local bakery great for breakfast or lunch. In the summertime, this is such a fun place to sit outside and drink a coffee, or it is my favorite place in town to get a matcha. And then right next to Persephone is Healthy Being Juicery, and if you are gluten or dairy free, this is probably one of the only places in town where you're gonna find a menu that you can eat most things off of. Because Jackson is a resort town, something you will very quickly notice upon arriving here is that all of the restaurants, even the ones outside of town square, are very expensive. So expect to spend between $25 and $35 a person for any kind of sit-down meal, and even to-go or fast food tends to be close to that price range as well.
This half of town square is definitely much quieter than the first half, and that's just because there's not as many restaurants. But what they do have is the Jackson Hole Resort Store. So if you're not gonna make it out to Teton Village, this is a great way to find some merch for the famous ski resort. They're definitely most famous for are their waffle and avalanche dog shirts.
I have this Abby dog shirt and it is my go-to gift for people.
And directly across the street from the Jackson Hole Resort Store is the Shootout sign, which lets us know that every day at 6 p.m. except for Sundays, in this corner of the square, the Jackson Hole Playhouse puts on a Western shootout, which is completely free to watch.
Now we're venturing towards the very last side of the square, and over here we have the Cloudvale Hotel, which is one of the luxury hotels in town square, but they also have a rooftop patio that opens in the summertime for drinks and small apps, and they also have the Bistro restaurant, which is my favorite fancy place to eat in town. The hours for the Cloudvale rooftop are a bit irregular since they host a lot of private events, so if you definitely want to do that, I would recommend calling the hotel ahead of time and asking what the hours will be during your visit, or if you're just walking town square, pop your head in and just see if it's open.
And right as we were walking by the bistro, the manager actually popped out, which turns out to be a good friend of mine. Why should people come to the bistro?
And something that we like to say is that locals know and first timers find out. It smells good, it looks good, it feels good. Monday through Sunday, the best place to be in town.
Nina loves your bread. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Across from the Cloudvale Hotel and the Bistro is Kimo Sabe. And Kimo Sabe is actually an Aspen original store, but it made its way to Jackson Hole, and it is one of the places to go to make a custom cowboy hat. They also have belts and high-end boots. It is definitely an experience similar to the trucker hat bar at midnight lunch, just much more high-end. It is a very cool souvenir to be able to bring home from your trip to Jackson Hole, but it does run you a couple $100s for a hat. And making a U-turn back towards town square after Kimo Sabe, we're gonna pass Moo's, which is definitely the most well-known ice cream shop in downtown Jackson. They are known for their organic, homemade ice creams and sorbets. Their flavors rotate all the time, but it is so good.
It doesn't really matter when you come to Moo's, there's always gonna be a line out the door. Some of my favorite flavors to get are huckleberry, pistachio, and horchata.
All right, we are making our final turn onto the last leg of town square, and something you'll notice all over town square is there are a ton of art galleries with paintings, sculptures, and photographs, and these galleries are awesome if you are shopping for high-end art. If you're like Jay and I and will probably never purchase a $10,000 painting, it is really fun to treat art galleries like a museum and just walk around and see all the local art.
Another important thing to know is every Saturday during the summers, there's gonna be a local farmer's market in the town square, which is gonna limit parking, but give you tons of availability to buy from local vendors, and that's gonna be in the mornings.
All right, and on the corner of this stretch is Jackson Drug, which is actually just a restaurant, but they are known for their extravagant milkshakes. Again, Jay loves the huckleberry flavor, and I tend to go for the Oreo flavor here. And now we are right back where we started across the street from Cowboy Coffee, but before we end the tour, we wanna hit a few other restaurants and favorite spots just along this stretch coming off of town square. Right in front of us is Handfire Pizza, which was actually an old movie theater that they turned into a pizza parlor. Their pizzas are so good, and our personal favorite is the Chewbacca, and we highly recommend you try it. And as we walk down this way, there are two more restaurants worth noting, Mary Piglet's and Liberty Burger. Liberty Burger, I love their onion rings, and it's actually one of the most affordable places to eat in town square, and Mary Piglet's has a great steak bowl, kind of similar to Chipotle. And walking across the street from those restaurants is Browse and Buy, which is a part of the Episcopal Church and is a little local thrift store. You might think that thrifting in a mountain town is gonna be a great spot to go thrifting, but if I'm giving my brutally honest opinion, coming from California, I don't think it's that great of a thrift store, but it's always fun to take a look when you're on vacation, so we recommend at least stopping by.
All right, now that we finished our walking tour of town square, I'm gonna have Nina do a blind ranking ranking of our top 5 spots, where Nina ranks them and has no idea what I'm gonna tell her next. Starting with getting ice cream from Moose.
Give it a 3. I think everyone should get a treat, and I think you should get a treat from Moose. It's not number 1.
How about getting a souvenir from Lee's Tees?
Ooh, that could be number 1. I'm gonna put it at 2 though. I'm saving number 1 for something else.
Dancing at the $1 Million Cowboy Bar.
For some people, that would be a number 1. For my personality, I'll put it at number 4.
Ooh.
But that should have been higher.
Taking a picture at the Antler Arches.
The one I'm saving for number 1 is not coming up. Either a 5 or a 1. Let's give it a 5.
Wow.
Because it's so crowded, you can be more original with your photo.
Making a custom cowboy or trucker hat.
Ooh. I don't know that I would put that at number 1, but I'm okay with that being the number 1 spot.
What would you have put at your number 1 spot?
I would have put getting coffee at Cowboy Coffee.
Really?
And people love to get like coffee while out. It's like a treat on vacation. My top 5 rankings, not blind, in no particular order.
Nina hated the fact that I made her do that blind ranking.
That was so dumb. Everyone tell them that's a stupid idea. Here's my top 5 spots that you should go to, in no particular order. Get a coffee or something at Snake River Roasting. Go souvenir shopping at Lee's Tees. Make a custom trucker hat at midnight lunch. For the girls, if you're a boy, go hang in High Country Outfitters. Boys can do trucker hats too. Number 4, grab drinks or just apps at the Clavel rooftop. And number 5, get ice cream at Moose.
So no picture with the Antler Arches, no picture with the $1 Million Cowboy Bar sign, no watching the shootout or taking a stagecoach ride around town square.
Please give everyone your top 5.
Number 1, have to get a picture with the Antler Arches. Were you really in Jackson Hole if you didn't get a picture of the Antler Arches? Number 2, souvenir from Lee's Tees. It's actually kind of affordable. Number 3, you probably got to get some treat or food. I would definitely take ice cream from Moose. That's just like an iconic thing to do. 4, I think you do have to go in the $1 Million Cowboy Bar. The fact that they give you free dancing lessons, that is just a memory in itself. Nina and I aren't very big bar people, but being able to get free dance lessons, that's at least kind of fun.
You get one more.
And then number 5, I think watching the shootout is more, I mean, if you wanted to take a stagecoach ride, I just think connecting with the Western culture is very unique to Jackson. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time for another best day ever. You know how it works, right? Watching the shootout.
0 out of 10.
Well, you say 1 through, you say like, put that in 5.
Well, I wouldn't put it.
That's the whole point.
No, behind you. You got people behind you. Mary Piglets and I forgot the name. A lot of cute clothes. Sorry, I can't. Or a great place for breakfast or brunch or lunch.